Hey, it's Weaver. If you love anime as much as I do, you're in the right place. I cover the latest releases, news, and discussions. We're almost at 2K subs, so hit that subscribe button and let's dive into today's topic.
In Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest, we've seen familiar faces and new powerhouses take the stage, showcasing incredible magic. From legendary fairy tale wizards to mysterious fighters from Giltina, this sequel has introduced a lineup of formidable mages who have delivered epic battles and unforgettable moments. Let's dive into the 10 strongest wizards we've seen so far in the 100 Years Quest. So, hit that like button, and let's get started. Number 10. Scullion Raider is nearly untouchable. Magic type, Corpse Dragon Slayer magic. The members of the Diabolos Guild have proven themselves a serious challenge for the members of Team Natsu. So far, the strongest of them is clearly Scullion Raider, with his ash-based magic, able to negate enemy attacks by turning anything around him to ash. He can also teleport himself and his allies in puffs of ash, which can be used to beat a hasty retreat if need be. Scullion is roughly on par with any one member of Team Natsu, though when Natsu and his friends figure out all the strengths and weaknesses of Scullion's fighting style, he might lose his edge over them. At least he has the rest of his team backing him up, and Scullion has some strong leadership qualities and knows when to fight, and when to retreat, which is most of the time. Number 9. The White Mage can take over entire guilds. Magic types, White Magic and Transformation Magic. The enigmatic White Mage is one of the newest antagonists to appear in the Fairy Tail franchise, using magic unlike anything Fairy Tail has ever seen to get the upper hand. Rather than fight her own battles, the White Mage will use her white magic to brainwash other wizards and suppress their excessive power. Based on what the anime has shown so far, no wizard is too powerful to resist the White Mage's tactics. The White Mage has limited combat power when fighting herself, but if she can take control of the bulk of Fairy Tail, then she hardly needs to get her own hands dirty. To further protect herself, the White Mage can pose as a charming, innocent young woman to make everyone lower their guard, then strike when least expected. As she did with Fairy Tail Guild. Number 8. Miragen Strauss is unstoppable in demon form. Magic type, Takeover Magic. While Miragen Strauss usually acts like everyone's caring older sister, she can be ferocious when provoked. She is the oldest and strongest of the three Strausses, using her takeover magic to become a demon with bat-like wings and a tail. She becomes immune to poison in that form and can launch devastating energy and melee attacks alike. Such power made Miragen one of Fairy Tail's few S-rank wizards, putting her on par with Erza, Laxus, and Gildarts. Most recently, Miragen fought as a brainwashed follower of the White Mage, and the members of Team Natsu were rightfully afraid to face her in battle. Fortunately for Lucy, Miragen fought the members of Team Scullion instead, and that made her easier to capture with Lucis and Kana's plan. Number 7. Grey Fullbuster's frigid powers are more potent than ever. Magic types, Ice Make Magic and Ice Devil Slayer Magic. Grey Fullbuster is Natsu's other main rival, including the fact that fire and ice are thematic opposites. Grey may not be a dragon slayer, but he can still keep pace with Natsu thanks to his Ice Make Magic, which is quite flexible. Ice powers tend to be strong in anime, since they can stab enemies with icicles, create barriers, crush targets under chunks of ice, and much more. Grey can make a dazzling variety of weapons with his frosty spellcasting, from giant hammers to bazookas, and he upped his game after gaining Ice Devil Slayer magic from his father, Silver. He is also adept at performing unison raids, such as when he used one alongside Juvia to defeat one of Aldorn's god seeds in a tough battle in recent episode. Number 6. Gajiel Red Fox is nearly unbreakable in battle. Magic types, Iron Dragon Slayer Magic and Dragon Force. After getting redeemed as a member of Phantom Lord, Gajiel Red Fox joined the Fairy Tail Guild and soon proved himself one of the toughest wizards in that entire guild. He wasn't S-rank, but he did prove himself worthy in many battles, often serving as an unofficial rival for Natsu Dragneel as a fellow dragon slayer. Gajiel makes good use of his iron and steel-based defenses to outlast his foes and endure powerful attacks, giving him more staying power than most Fairy Tail wizards. Like Natsu, he can use Dragon Force and has enhanced his own magic to turn iron into steel. He even borrowed shadowy power from Rogue Cheney. His most recent fight pitted him against Aldoran, expanding into a true giant to fight that wooden creature with his metal fists. Number 5. Erza Scarlet is a sword-wielding S-rank wizard. Magic types: Requip the Knight and Telekinesis. Erza Scarlet is one of just a few S-rank wizards in the Fairy Tail Guild, and she has spent plenty of time in Fairy Tail 100 Years quest living up to that lofty rank. It's true that Kyria made a fool of her at first, but once Erza snapped out of it, she has been punishing Diabolos and the White Mage heavily for their crimes against the Fairy Tail Guild. Like usual, Erza has been making excellent use of her various armored suits and her peerless swordplay to fight all of her new enemies, though she wasn't quite able to overcome the whited-out Laxus Dreyar in battle. Outside of combat, Erza serves as a responsible big sister for the rest of Team Natsu, which helps keep the team focused on the mission. Number 4. Laxus Dreyar can narrowly beat other S-rank wizards. Magic types: Lightning Dragon Slayer Magic, Red Lightning Dragon Mode and Dragon Force. When he was first introduced, Laxus Dreyar used his formidable lightning-based magic to antagonize all his friends, but since then, he has used his electric spellcasting for good. Thus far in 100 Years quest, Laxus has only fought 2 major battles, clashing with Kyria and Erza Scarlet while possessed by the White Mage. Laxus kept trading blows with Erza, but he narrowly prevailed in the end thanks to his superior endurance. However, he collapsed soon after that, which was fortunate because the outnumbered Team Natsu couldn't easily afford to tangle with such a hard-hitting S-rank wizard. Fortunately, Laxus has since been freed from the White Mage's control, but time will tell if he will use that freedom to help take on the remaining dragon gods or simply return to the Fairy Tail Guild Hall in Magnolia. Number 3. Natsu Dragneel recently got a boost from his new brother. Magic types: Fire Dragon Slayer Magic, Lightning Dragon Mode and Dragon Force. The co-protagonist of Fairy Tail has always been one of the strongest members of the Fairy Tail Guild, with or without an official S rank. Natsu Dragneel has overcome many formidable challenges, from the Dark Guilds to Sabretooth to Acnologia himself. Now Natsu is back for more, and he's in better form than ever as the Master of Fire. Natsu eventually turned the tables of Diabolos members and helped take down Aldoran the Wood Dragon God, all while getting a boost from his mysterious half-brother Ignia. With that infusion of power, Natsu's fire attacks are even more potent, able to burn water itself and take on the dragon gods. Best of all, Natsu is doing all this while refusing to give in to his own dark side as END, though he recently had a close call with that sinister power. Number 2. Brandish Mew can resize anything or anyone on a whim. Magic type: Command T. The former Spriggan wizard Brandish Mew is totally overpowered, but fortunately, Fairy Tail wrote her so that it wasn't a serious problem for the plot. Brandish's character arc is a personal one, and she's also a neutral third party, so her arc is less about winning fights and more about finding happiness. The same is true in 100 Years quest, but she did take part in a few fights. Brandish used her fearsome Command T to help Team Natsu fight Scullion's group, and more recently, Brandish used her resizing magic to expand Gajeel Redfox into a titan capable of fighting Aldoran on equal terms. However, Fairy Tail fans probably shouldn't expect much more tactical aid from this neutral wizard, who's more interested in finding the golden key to Aquarius before Lucy can. Before moving on to number 1, as you can see we are so close to 2K, so please can you subscribe? If not, at least hit that like button so that video can recommend with more Fairy Tail fans. Number 1. Ignia is probably Igniel's strongest child right now. Magic types: Fire Dragon Slayer Magic and Transformation Magic. Ignia the Fire Dragon is a new addition to the character roster. A total wildcard who is willing to aid his brother Natsu while having a bloodthirsty attitude that Team Natsu's members can't accept. Ignia's true role in the series is still taking shape, but there is no denying that he's a powerful fighter both in dragon and human form. Ignia was the one who enhanced Natsu's fire magic, able to set Ermina ablaze and even burn water itself, something Natsu once considered impossible. For now, Ignia might seem helpful as a deadly warrior, but he may soon turn his talents against Natsu as an unfriendly rival. That's because Ignia favors domination of the strong over the classic power of friendship or family. And that's it for today, folks. If you are not happy with the rankings, tell me your ranking in the comment box. I would love to hear from you. Like the video, share with fairy tale fans, and most importantly, subscribe. Bye, have a nice day.